Afternoon, everyone. Heard about this video all through, the last couple of days, and I hadn't seen it until this morning. And it's as awful as you've heard and imagined. So here is Justin Trudeau not taking a selfie.
I actually never take selfies. Everyone else takes selfies. I don't take selfies.
That's the leader of our country. Awful. Speaking of leaders of our country, Mr. Harper sat down with Ben Shapiro, and this was a really interesting interview. Shapiro asked smart questions and gave Harper enough time to really elaborate and get meaty with his responses. And I really appreciated a lot of his responses. I thought it was interesting. He was asked about how he thought Trump was doing on the economy early on, about 25 minutes. He said, on balance, not bad with regards to free trade, et cetera, and what he's doing, his strategy. At 30 minutes, he says the rise of right-wing populist movements is about legitimate grievances. And he says, fueled by legitimate grievances. And he kind of went off on a tangent and said that illegal border jumping is a legitimate grievance. And he called it a crazy policy. And then that rolled into, he said, if 40% of people are having an issue and you're calling those people fringe, the problem is you, not those people. The problem is you. And that's what's happening in Canada right now as well. You can't even agree with the official opposition in Canada and be contributing on the Reddit Canada board. It's so left wing, and they'll ban you if you put forward even approved CPC talking points or anything to that effect. It is not allowed on Reddit R Canada. So that's an interesting thing to experience. They're shaping things so it looks a certain way. So it's a worthwhile interview. I really enjoyed it. You don't get to hear what grade Harper would give Trump, but a lot of the interview is worthwhile. Yesterday, I was talking about how CPC memes were lacking a call to action, and this is a meme that has a call to action, and I'll go through it. But adding a red strip at the bottom is not all that difficult, and most people will read it, right? And I mean, geez, it wouldn't take that long to add it to your current meme arsenal, right? Meme arsenal. Okay, so it says Trudeau is signing United Nations Compact of Migration in December with the goal of relocating 245 million worldwide immigrants. Poland, Austria, Hungary, United States, and Australia will not sign the UN Compact, and now there's more countries that are not signing. This pact represents a globalist, open border world. This could prove to be a disaster. Take a guess on who is going to sign on. Yes, our own village idiot, Justin Trudeau, and he is, December 10th. And this says, share if you are done with the Trudeau Liberals in 2019. Take back your power, Canada. And okay, good. There's a call to action. Well done. Next story, it says, Ontario Education Minister says PC Party motion on gender identity, not government policy. And I reported on this over the weekend. The Ontario PCs adopted measures talking about how gender theory is a liberal ideology and shouldn't be taught in Ontario schools. That doesn't automatically translate to law. They have to bring it up in the House, and once they bring it up in the House, then they have to debate it and make a motion on it and send it through the regular channel. So nothing has changed. Everything that was true on Friday is true now, or true on Thursday is true now. Nothing has changed except that now when it's brought up in the House, it will be treated seriously, just like any other motion put forward by the governing party to govern the nation or govern the province in this case. So I can read it out, but I'm not going to because you can read it yourself. The link is in the description. Next story is a Toronto Sun story, but there aren't a lot of other people covering this one, and it'll become obvious why in just a minute. It says, Malcolm, conflict of interest threaten Canadian journalism. Attacks against media pose a threat to democracy, according to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Quote, one of the institutions that is most under stress right now is a free-thinking, independent, rigorous, robust, respected media, said Trudeau during a Remembrance Day news conference in France. He discussed the important role of free press in informing citizens and ensuring a well-educated and well-informed populace, stating vaguely that this institution is under attack. I don't say this often, but on this matter, the Prime Minister is right. A rigorous and independent media is vital to a free society. The only problem is that Canada's media is far from free-thinking, independent, rigorous, robust, and respected. Most members of the mainstream media are part of an exclusive club of left-leaning urban elites who live downtown Toronto, Ottawa, or Montreal. They have narrow worldview, and frankly, they don't understand the values or concerns of most everyday Canadians. Worse, there is ample evidence that the companies they work for are themselves not independent or free. Take the recent political campaign launched by Unifor National President James Diaz. Quote, we will stop sheer stupidity, Diaz wrote on Twitter Twitter mentioning conservative leader Andrew Scheer and unveiling Unifor's new anti-conservative political campaign. So this guy runs Unifor. Unifor is a union that protects journalists. Here's the tweet, and here's the actual tweet on Twitter, and the link is in the description if you want to have a look. And it says exactly what I just read out, so I won't read it out again. What is important about this is who exactly does Unifor represent? So these people who Unifor protects their job and negotiates their salary on their behalf, and they pay monthly dues, has an active political campaign against the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. Okay, so that is in itself a conflict, in my opinion. However, here is the union's Unifor union, page 6 of this document, and this has been making the rounds on Twitter as well if you haven't seen it. But this is their media. Sorry, I'm getting to the front here. Unifor media policy, and page 6 lists all of the people that this policy covers. And we were on page 6. I just wanted you to see that it was the Unifor page that we were looking at. So Unifor represents 11,500 media workers in Canada who perform a diverse range of jobs, including journalist, printer, advertising representative, newspaper carriers, video editors, camera operators, technicians, writers, producers, editorial researchers, maintenance workers, on-air talent, stage and film crew members, production assistants, website developers, editors, and publishers. The largest membership group of media workers are found in broadcast and film, followed by newspaper and digital news publishing and graphic printing. Bargaining unit Snapchat. In the newspaper and digital news publishing sector, Local 87M represents the bulk of members at some of the largest national and provincial dailies, including Globe and Mail, Toronto Star, London Free Press, Toronto Sun, Hamilton Spectator. On the West Coast, Local 2000 represents members of the Vancouver Sun, the Province, as well as various Glacier, Black Press, and Continental-owned newspapers across BC, as well as some print shops. Local 191 represents workers at 5 different newspapers, including Winnipeg, Free Press, Brandon Sun, Thunder Bay Chronicle, Lethbridge Herald, and the Winnipeg Sun. Local 145 represents members in Quebec, including La Tribune newspapers in Sherbrooke. In the broadcast sector, Unifor is best known the local TV union, represents global TV stations across Canada, as well as independent stations CHCH Hamilton, CHEK TV in Victoria. A variety of other local TV staff at Bell Media, CTV, Rogers, Pattison, and other independent TV and radio stations. So if there was any question as to why Faith Goldie was blacklisted so quickly and easily, may this have been part of it? In addition to the fact that John Tory is part of the Rogers family. Literally, he runs the Rogers Trust, Rogers Control Trust. And that is literally the family decision-making on where Rogers should go. I do a whole video on it if you're interested. But if in addition to the opponent owning the media, literally, the media's union is telling them, no conservatives, the conservatives are gone, sheer stupidity, etc., 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 then is that a fair media landscape? Is that fair for Canadians and our democracy? Is that what we want? Regardless of, I want people to have secure jobs. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is the union saying this is our stance. And more and more, if you're not on board with people, if you aren't with us, you're against us. And if you don't agree with this stance, I would imagine it's probably a not very comfortable working environment. Coming from working in elementary schools for 15 years, I can tell you it's not. So that's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that Unifor can be so public with their bias. Last story today is Haiti. Do you guys know what's going on in Haiti? Have you been seeing what's happening? There is nothing on any major news that I saw this morning. Now, I didn't look very hard for the news on the CBC, etc., because it's really been pretty silent about it. I've only seen stuff on Twitter, so I'm going to go through what I've seen on Twitter, and I don't know. From what I can tell, there's a coup going on the island, and the U.S. military have taken control of the Port-au-Prince airport. But I'll read out this that was tweeted out, and I'll show you the videos that I've seen. It says, Situation Haiti. There's a grave situation in Haiti. U.S. forces, according to reports from Haiti, have taken control of the international airport in Port-au-Prince in case U.S. citizens have to be evacuated in emergency. Henchmen of the military Jovian dictatorial regime, lapdogs of the Clinton PHTK drug traffickers, have assassinated thus far in a poor neighborhood of Port-au-Prince called La Seine over 50 people in the past 48 hours. Random killings are also taking place all over the country. The exploited and poor people of Haiti have never been protesting the theft. The exploited and poor people of Haiti have been protesting the theft of some $3.8 billion by a bunch of low-life, corrupt former and actual government officials close to Bill and Hillary Clinton. The money was a low-interest loan by the government of Venezuela during the Chavez era, especially designed to help alleviate the extremely poor situation of the country and create jobs and infrastructure in the country. The money was stolen, and the actual government of Jovenel Moïse is incapable to render justice by arresting all the corrupt officials, former and actual, involved in the theft. They are all being protected by the Clintons and members of the Democratic Party, such as Congresswoman Maxine Waters. The opposition is scheduled to have heavy manifestation on Sunday, November 18th, which, according to them, should topple the government. The country is on the edge of a very bloody civil war. The gangs holding power, lapdogs of the Clinton and Kenneth Merton in the Department of Defense, I think. But that's where the image runs out. State, they should have been fired by President Trump long ago, are engaged in massive assassination of poor and defenseless populations. Some 50 innocent people have already been murdered in the poor neighborhood of Lausanne. And so here's other images, and I've seen videos of people dressed in police and military shooting people, citizens. So here's a tweet, says PM breaking news: Haiti protests, tens of thousands of Haitians participate in anti-government protests, many demanding resignation of the president. Multiple protesters killed. Reports indicate police have fired shots indiscriminately at protesters. So this is a 30-second video, and all links are in the description. This is yesterday in Haiti. Anti-government protesters now en route Delmas in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Some protesters still focusing on Petro-Caribe corruption, while majority are calling for resignation of the president. Here's seen moments ago near site of recent government massacres in Lausanne. Police are firing indiscriminately at people. This is the video I was talking about. These guys are looking pretty official, and there's definite shots fired at the citizenry population, which is just insanity. And here's speculation. Is this what the Clintons created in Haiti this weekend? Where did the aid of almost $13 billion from the Clinton Foundation go to? Real Donald Trump fraud. And this is just a repeat. This is the same Haitian stuff that I started with, and this is images of yesterday's protest. So, sorry, it's not running to load. There it is. So that's not a small protest. That's a lot of people upset. There was billions of dollars after the Haitian earthquake went into Haiti, and where has it gone? I don't know. So, and I'm not seeing a lot of news media reporting on this, so I thought I'd show you. This stuff is happening according to Twitter, and it would be hard to, well, I guess it wouldn't be that hard, but it would be hard to fake this photo. It would be hard to fake these. So, these things happening in our world, interesting to pay attention to. Thanks for watching, everybody.